Oh my God, what a beautiful day this is. Nothing better than rain and coldness. Oh man, this is gonna suck. Oh shit. Alright. And my wallet is not here, so can't go nowhere yet until we find it, so fuck. What up, dude? Alright guys, like I said, it is a fun fucking night. We got the Prelude, Dave's ES1, and then
I think Kalen's about to trade that for another Miata.
Kalen's ES1 might trade for another Miata, and then we got the CRV over there. And one thing I want to mention, guys, change the lighting. Hang on. I don't know how well you guys can. Well, it's a shit day, but this shifter and this car is just absolutely amazing. Those little like $4, $5 bushings for the linkage underneath do absolute wonders. I mean, look at this. Like, here, Cameron, hold up, Cameron. Like that's first. Hang on, let me get out of the driveway. But it is solid as the mother. It does not pop out. Ugh, no power steering.
Gotta get those beef arms like I got.
Like, look at that.
It's sturdy.
It's sturdy. It's in, like, you know what gear you're in, and it's, I don't know if it's stock. I think it's got that little eBay upgrade right there. But like I said,
feels like a brand new shifter.
Yeah, it's just amazing, guys. I've never drove a Honda that had a shifter that clicks and clinks, like goes into gear like this one does. Absolutely amazing. Far from the steering wheel being all cockeyed from my shitty job, the alignment, or no, beg your pardon, the steering rack decided to go out, which I've never had happen to me in any sort of Honda. It's always usually the inner tie rods, or I mean, the outer and inner tie rod ends that go bad on these cars. In my case, the whole steering rack was like loose and the steering wheel was shaking, and I was like, for sure it's the there's two cops there. It's for sure the inner or outer tie rods. And went and took a look at them. It was only one outer, and I fixed it, but it still had the shake and it still had the problem, and it felt really loose, and I did not know why. So I ended up taking the steering rack out of Boosted, which is a non-power steering rack, and using it. And when I did that, I didn't keep my steering wheel straight, so that's why she's just upside down halfway. But
that's just my car, so
I get it. It's an easy fix. I just haven't got around to doing it. So before anyone says anything, if you guys do say anything in the comments, that is why. Alright guys, we're in the shop. Yep. Alright, we finally made it. Fix this. Yeah, it is kind of fucking cold in here. We should have got diesel.
I can live with it, to be honest.
Damn, I'm an idiot. It is cold, guys. It's fucking cold. Oh, Lord. Well, alrighty. Alright, guys, we're in the shop. Yep. Alright, we finally made it. Fix this. Yeah, it is kind of fucking cold in here. We should have got diesel.
I can live with it, to be honest.
Damn, I'm an idiot. It is cold, guys. It's fucking cold. Oh, Lord. Well, alrighty. Alright, guys, so I think we figured it out. I don't want to jinx myself. I know I sounded kind of down and a little off when I set the camera down because I was just not feeling confident. But it turns out I had a bad circlip or C-clip, but we still might need to do some minor trimming. We're going ahead. We're wrinkle blacking. I know we're doing with what we have in here. It is cold. It's not ideal to paint. We already know it does have a lot of spots in it, but we're working with what we got and doing with what we got. And so we're gonna go ahead and what's the timer at now?
I think like 10, because I set 15.
How many minutes
10,
left?
10 minutes,
All
20
right,
seconds.
we'll get it. You want to do one more coat, or you want to wrinkle it now?
We can wrinkle it now. I don't
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrinkle his valve cover with the heat gun. We got the. I live by this stuff. It's VHT, not paid advertisement. Don't have nowhere near enough subscribers to even
plug us
with that type of shit. But anyways, yeah. If you ever want something pretty sweet and satisfying, do like 3 or 4 coats in a square pattern, diagonal and across. Each coat let 10 minutes to dry or 15 minutes to dry, and then what I do is go over it with the heat gun real quick. So I know. So you can see it's not dried yet, but once it does, they usually turn out phenomenal. Haven't done it in a while, and the last time I did this, it wasn't, I don't know if you can see my breath, but I can see my own breath. Try not to be too picky about it. Because the last thing you want, Pam, is like this area I'm concerned about.
That one right there.
All that area, I don't want it to peel up. But just let's, don't do no more. Don't do no more. Let it do its thing. Right. How many coats did we do? We did 3, right?
3, yeah.
Okay. I think we were supposed to do 4, but.
I think I should get these off offhand.
Nope, you gotta let it adhere. I think the last cover, the couple K-series covers I did, I think it did 4 or 5 coats before I wrinkled it. But we'll see what it turns out with 3, and you guys can too, firsthand. Worst comes to worst. Yeah, I don't think we did enough. We missed some spots. And it doesn't help that it's cold in here. We should have let that last coat dry and did 4 coats. But we do have a spare cover if this one doesn't turn out the way we want it. But anyways, back to the transmission.
Color is better than no color.
Alright guys, so as I was explaining the case cut and everything, there's a big old chunk right there. A big old circle right there for the 5th gear, or 4th, beg your pardon, the 4th gear to clear. And put this down real quick. And then show you what the stock one looks like. So Here's what a stock one looks like. So it's got this fin right here, and knocked that fin down, cut a big chunk out of it, grinded this down, and this tab right here, knocked it down. And those are what you need to clearance for a hydraulic case. And did that and still having issues, so that's what scares me the most. But as far as it shifting with the linkages, not those linkages, I'm not sure where they are, but we put the linkages to it and shifted the transmission on the table. Once again, it shifts flawlessly and it spins. I mean, like, we went through first, second, third, fourth, everything spins. I mean, it does make this weird right there, that sound. But other than that, it's probably something super stupid. But here's the snap ring clip I'm talking about. This is the bearing. Full focus. That little hole right there on top right here. That's where this camera will fucking focus. That's where this right there. That's where this clip, that clip right there goes. Tip this over. Right here, it's a big clip, and that has to snap in. So that's what we're gonna try and figure out, if we can get the clip to snap in. If we can't, off to Thailand it goes, because I'm honestly burnt out with this. I've disassembled it, taken it all apart. I've done everything to my knowledge by book and everything else, and it's just nothing's come of it. This is the last option, and we got to somehow lift the counter shaft up with the case on, like that, like this, I think. And that snap ring holds this in place more, so they're completely aligned. So if we can get that to do that, we're jelly. But like I said, figuring out how to pry this up like that and get that snap ring to snap in with the case is going to be a challenge. But see if we can't figure it out, and get back with you guys. Alright guys, so I know I was a little down in the last segment, not knowing, just wasn't really feeling too confident, but I think we figured it out. We managed to change the clip in the case. We changed the case. So we took the case off this one, we put it on mine, and the little clip I was talking about was bad in mine because it was bound up and stuck, hardly moved. You had to pry and pull on it to get it to turn in the inside. I know that was the case that was sandblasted. I was going to have painted, and not even too concerned about that. We got $3,000 and a transmission and gears right here, so that's the dirty case is the least of my worries. But went ahead and hooked up our linkages, and right now we are sitting in, I think, so this was neutral, and then that's first, and we turn. We are in first. Now come over here, and now let's bang second. I think that's hold the. This is hard with one camera, or one hand, guys. I'm sorry. And then let's moment of truth. We're in second. Now let's jump over to third. Right here. Straight up right there. nice and solid with our jerry rig bolt. Go ahead, turn the input shaft, and I think it bound up.
Now you got to make sure it's all in gear. No, there it goes.
Is it?
There it goes.
Is it going now?
Yep.
Okay, so another thing is, yeah, this is that bushing I was speaking about in the beginning of the video. If you get that solid urethane bushing, these make this whole setup, everything, and a good bushing in here, make this whole shifter setup phenomenal. So now that is third. And we're gonna grab fourth, right here. Fourth. Lock up.
Nope.
Nothing at all. No.
Nope.
All right, now the only thing that's locking up right now, guys, is reverse.
I think it was fifth and reverse.
Fifth.
But I think that's because, yeah, because of how we have it. Because that doesn't feel like it's even in gear.
Okay. Hold the... Alright, we're gonna do some... I can't even get it to go in. I think there's something messed up. It might be a...
Can you try it again?
Alright, guys, some karate movements. Nope,
No.
nothing. Try to spin it.
It's doing, yeah, I don't think
There.
it's in gear.
That's reverse.
No. Because once you, like, put it back in neutral. Yeah, I think it's just this not being, like...
Nah, I don't think. Well,
Because that's neutral and it's back to not spinning like it's still in reverse.
yeah, but I want to make sure that we get all this working. So, I'm happy that first through fourth work, because those are the only ones that straight cut. Now we just got to figure out fifth gear and reverse. But by God, that is awesome. Alright guys, looks like we're gonna have to come back at it another day. Went and replaced the fifth gear off that transmission, and it turned out it was no better than, it was actually worse. And now we're having issues with this collar, the collet getting stuck. As you can see now, it's off. The little thing right here is off. But what's been happening is it'll move freely up and down, up and down, up and down. It'll work like it should, work like it should, and then all of a sudden it'll just decide to up and fucking jam. And then when it jams, it tries to force this whole assembly, and then it locks up all the gears. And then when it does free up, it pops the top and does a bunch of stupid bullshit. So the other one was kind of doing the same thing, but you would have to fight it to get in there. So I think that it needs a new gear and synchro all around. I'm gonna double check my work, but as you guys seen, it did shift with the case on. We got it to shift 1 through 4th, and it just 5th gear would not work, and that is why, is because they call it gets stuck. And when it does engage, then it either does one or two things. It works, or it locks the transmission up. And when it works, and you take it out of 5th, it'll bind up, and then it doesn't. So there's a special way to line these teeth up if you have to look at it right. There's each one. We've put it in. We did that one. It's just been a nightmare. I've had enough of tonight. We did make progress from yesterday. We were able to put the case on, put the circlip in, shift through all the gears. Only thing that bugged me is just I could not hit 4th or hit 5th. So we clearanced it to hit 4th, and now we're running into a 5th gear problem, and it's a stock gear. So I thought I could just take off that transmission, throw on here, boom, bing, done, and it just, that one's it's starting to look at the synchros on it. It's no better than what I'm working with. The synchros were still pretty good.
It's honestly worse.
Yeah, it is kind of worse. So we're gonna come back at it tomorrow and see what we can do. I've got some other parts here. It's like 11:30. I'm getting kind of tired and been messing with it. And anyways, these synchros are supposed to look like a house or whatever. You know, they're supposed to be pointy. You know, some of them are not over there, and the collet is just not cooperating. with me, and I'm gonna go ahead and do some research and watch some YouTube videos on the assembly of that shaft again, or look up some blown up images to see what I'm doing is correct. I'm very well could be doing something wrong, but I do know for a fact all the rest of the gears are put together right. As you've seen, it did shift flawlessly and turn. So that's gonna be it. We'll see you guys tomorrow.